What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wicked After Dark, where we talk about all things horror. My name's Anthony, and with me tonight we got Ashley and Jess.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Man behind the screams, Andy. Today, guys, we want to welcome our very special friends that we met a little while ago now.
Long time.
Owners of Monster Posse, Rob and Jess.
Hi. Hello. They're
Fun.
waving if you're watching on YouTube. If not, then
Yeah, I know.
Spotify, they're
It's so
waving.
funny how we have to let people know that, because a lot of people do listen on Spotify.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like a lot. Actually, most of the people listen on Spotify.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, so everybody.
We've
on
only
Spotify.
watched the YouTube, so
See, that's great.
we didn't even know that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we're like, why are we shooting? No, but you know what I mean. There's some
I
videos
thought
that
majority of it is Spotify.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but that's like a thing, though. You know what I mean? That's if
Yeah.
you're driving around town. Or
Oh, no,
whatever.
I know
Yeah.
a lot of people that use everybody's always posting their end of year recap, so you know
Yeah.
people are using
Yeah.
it, you know?
That's true.
For real. For
I
real.
even
that's-
drive and put it on the car instead of directions.
Yeah.
And I'm listening. Sometimes
Not watching it, obviously. But
Sometimes at the stops I look.
Yeah, there you go.
Plans.
No,
You
I
forgot to introduce Salem to you?
Yeah, I almost forgot. We can't forget our little buddy Salem over here. We
Yeah.
asked him to be on specific because he's always with them.
Yeah.
He's
an
their third employee.
He's the
Yeah.
new, he's the
You
new
know, he's
face
the
of
third
Monster
owner.
Posse.
He's the third owner.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a
One
new face.
day he'll be running it.
If he's not here, then we're not here. That's
Exactly.
kind of how it goes.
Exactly. I'll tell you what. I don't think I've been to a show and he's not there.
Yeah, no, he
No.
comes to everything.
And then the one time he's not, he's like, oh, he's here, he's just walking around with like your sister or something.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
enjoying the show.
He'll leave
Like
if there's like a family party or something that we
Yeah.
don't want him to miss, but other than that, he's with us.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I think he even went to like horror nights, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
He loved it. Well, like for him, it's second nature. It doesn't scare him or
Right.
anything.
Right.
So he liked the lights and the monsters there are huge. So
Yeah,
he loved
yeah.
that, you know?
That's awesome. I can
He's
just
like,
imagine.
this is second nature.
Yeah, it really is to him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything
They actually,
other than that.
They kept trying to scare him specifically, and he wouldn't flinch. So finally, they would give up and like start playing with him.
Yeah.
And that
was
happened
cute.
all night. All
That's
night
awesome.
happened.
Really?
That's crazy. People probably look at you guys like, all right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, afterwards, we saw a couple people take little kids like him also, and there was like videos nonstop of them freaking out.
Oh.
And I didn't like that.
Yeah,
That's
felt
not.
bad.
I hope people didn't see us and then think like, oh, I should take my kid, because Salem's like a whole different breed.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's all he's ever known.
Right.
So it's a little different. If he would have been scared, and that was the thing going into it, we were like, okay, so if he's not digging it, one of us will just like go hang out in Harry Potter world, or even just leave with him. You know, it's
Right.
not that big of a deal. But he was chill, so it didn't matter. We were
Like,
good with
worked
it.
out for
yeah.
everybody, huh?
Yeah, it was
He's just
perfect.
like, this is cool, guys.
Yeah, and
You
we
know?
were stoked because we were like, oh, we're not going to get to go this year. And we go every year. The only year we didn't go was when it didn't happen.
Yeah.
COVID.
And I was like low key, like, haha, everyone, because I wasn't going to be able to go anyway because I was super pregnant with him at the time.
Right. You're like, worked out for me.
Yeah, I'm
suckers.
like, I'm like, at least everybody's suffering with me. You know?
I think that's the year I would have had to risk getting divorced.
Yeah, right?
Because I told
You
the
were-
wife, because my son's the same age as Salem, literally by a couple days.
Yeah.
So she was super pregnant. I was like, look, I know you're pregnant,
But I got some
but
stuff to do.
I gotta go. Like, I gotta
I'm
be
not
there,
missing
girl.
it.
Like, you know I can't miss. you know?
Yeah.
She's like- and she was like, oh, really? And I was like, fuck, dude. Like, here we go.
And then it got
You're like,
canceled.
you're
got
lucky
saved.
they canceled it.
Yeah. And
Blame
thankfully
him.
it got canceled.
Yeah.
I was like, whoo, dodged the bullet on
Right.
that
Oh
one.
my god.
But anyway, yeah.
Let's
Anyways,
move on.
thank you guys for coming out.
Oh,
Really
stoked
appreciate
to be
it.
here, yeah.
Really appreciate it.
And you guys had to drive out here. It was a
Yeah.
little while.
Not too bad,
No?
but the traffic was gnarly because of the holidays. So.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are leaving out of town.
But like without traffic, I think it's only like 30, 35 minutes. It's not that bad. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
today was wild.
I think Rick said he said he did about 35 minutes to get here. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's from like
We're just a
Riverside.
little farther than him. We're in Corona, so
Oh, okay.
but I kind of drive like an asshole, so 35 minutes.
Right. You're like,
Like,
in
we'll
my
cut
GPS.
that down. No worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
GPS said 50, but she said 35.
Yeah,
She's like,
basically.
she's like, that's just a guesstimation. We'll cut that in half.
Oh my god.
Um,
But yeah, so it's like generic questions, 21 questions, I like to say.
Cool.
I say that every podcast. People are tired of it.
yeah, well, you pick on me every time I say something specific, so there you go. That'll be your thing.
So
Shit.
we just like to ask, how'd you guys create your company name?
Start there.
The company name.
And you guys have like, I'm just saying, you guys have like the best company name.
Oh, right.
Like it's so catchy. Like Monster's like, damn, that's badass.
Nice.
So Rob has always been like a huge My Pet Monster collector.
Uh-huh.
And then I collect other weird monsters. And so we would just like take pictures of our collections and stuff. And he started hashtagging them Monster Posse because, it's a posse of monsters
yeah.
or whatever. So when we decided to start a company, the name was pretty much already there. Like,
was
we didn't
already
really have to
set.
think of one. We're like, well, we're already using the hashtag and
Yeah.
we like it, so it kind of works out perfectly.
That's crazy. That was like easiest.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That was the easiest
That
part
was
of
the
it. Yeah.
easiest thing. I swear, I hate the way we came up with that. Hearing
Ours
other
is
people's
so
stories.
lame, dude. Like, you
Ours
guys had a
has
cool
no
story. Ours was like,
sentimental
let's
behind
write
it.
down like 4 names, guys, and we'll all vote on one.
Oh, it would have
take
so
a
been
poll.
like that had we not been weird
Yeah.
collectors already,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was
it's
pretty
just-
quick and pretty easy.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, this is it.
Honestly, I don't even think we questioned it.
No, it was like, oh, we already know what the
Yeah.
name is.
Oh,
Like, it's Monster
perfect.
Posse.
You're like done.
yeah,
Yeah.
ours,
deal.
ours was like,
Ours was lame.
let's write him on a piece of paper and vote on it.
Hey, but we would have been right there too,
Yeah.
so I can't even hate.
I was like, all right, this is a way of doing it, I guess, you know. But
Oh my God.
everybody has like a really unique story on their names, you know, on how they come up with them. Like even Rick last week, he had a really good, you know,
Save the pandas.
yeah,
Oh,
save
yeah,
the
yeah.
pandas and
Yeah.
how he did it. You know, he's a little tagger. I didn't even know that, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
damn. Rick, you did-
When we found out about Rick's artwork, it was all pandas
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was all tagging. So
that's a trip.
when we started seeing him like heavily in the spooky community, we were like, oh, this is fucking rad. Like,
Yeah.
this is perfect.
That's so cool because I don't think I told him last time, I don't think I've ever seen like some of his tag work that he's done. You know what I mean? So it's always been like the new Rick, I guess we
Yeah.
would call it, right?
We knew of him before he even started. Before he started doing the whole
Well, we knew
the
of
whole
him.
spooky stuff.
Yeah,
Ah.
we knew of him before he had his booth at Frankinson's, and then when he got that one, it was like because we would go all the time. We're toy collectors,
Yeah.
So we're always there anyway. So when we saw he had a booth there, we're like, oh, that's dope. We know his work. Like
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
who that is, you know. And his little spot always looked super rad.
Yeah.
So
Super.
Dang.
I mean, we didn't know him on a personal level.
Yeah.
At that. It was just like fans of his art.
Right.
Which we were with most people. We were always like going to conventions, like anything fun there was to do, art related or just like spooky related, we were there. So we were fans of a lot of shops. So when we started and people were like receptive to us and like talking to us and stuff, we're like, dude, like fangirling hella hard, but trying not to,
Yeah.
but doing it anyway, you know?
Yeah. You guys are very immersed in it before you even started
Yeah.
Monster Posse then.
Oh yeah, super.
that's
Well,
awesome.
let me ask, how old is Monster Posse? Like, what is that about?
Oh.
5 years. It was June, and actually our first show was 5 years ago last Friday.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
That's
awesome.
Yeah, our
So
first show
5 years.
was
Patches and
Patches
Pins.
and Pins in LA.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we had like nothing. We split a 6-foot table with the Pindies, my best friend.
Yeah.
We split a 6-foot table and had the
Five things.
yeah, maybe 5 things. We had 2 patches and a couple pins.
Yeah.
Really?
And a few stickers, and we had a big ass My Pet Monster piñata on the table that would hold a board that would have all the pins on it. And that was kind of out of need because otherwise we were gonna have an empty table.
Right.
You know. But
Right.
it worked out. I mean, that show we ended up winning best patch. We
Yeah.
got like a
Nice.
trophy and everything.
Nice.
We were like, this is our first show. This is so fun. Expecting every show to be like that, which they're all fun, but
Yeah.
that was
Right.
just a really banging way to start, I
Yeah,
guess.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
did
think
not
I-
expect that that day.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
for sure would have lit a fire under my ass. Like, oh, we're legit. We got
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, the next day, we kind of sat there and we're like, okay, like everyone's watching this now. Like,
Yeah.
Like at this point, we just won this, and everyone's like, what's next? So we were like, we have to just bang out as much stuff as possible.
Right.
And that's pretty much what we did after that.
And that's where we started too. Is I was always a huge collector of pins because I followed all these small artists, and then when they would put out their art on a pin, I'd be like, okay, I need that. So then, like a couple thousand later, we decided like, oh, maybe we should do some stuff like that. So that's why we started with patches and pins, is because that it was booming at the time too. Like, I mean, it still does super good. Patches
Right.
and pins are a huge industry, but at the time, it was like all these small artists were finding a way to like put stuff out there so a bunch of people could have it. A lot of it was collectible, limited edition,
Wow.
That's
which we
crazy.
were never really like. We've always been like open edition everything.
Right.
I want everybody who wants it to have it. That's just kind of. I want everything, so I am so bummed when I don't get it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, people always say, "Oh, you should do limited edition, this, and that," and I'm like, "No," because then so many people aren't gonna get it. That's
Right.
not fair.
Right.
Yeah.
But we do only for Black Friday.
Yeah,
Usually
that's
it's
the only
free.
time.
We usually do the hottest pin of the year that we make, and we'll do it for free
Oh
for
yeah,
Black Friday.
anything limited edition we have is not for sale. It's
But
we
then
just-
people
That's so
like,
awesome.
and you have to spend like a certain amount usually, and then people usually freak out over it. So
Really?
yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That would get me to spend. I'm like, a free fucking
It
gift?
does.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes we'll save a few and we'll have them like a couple shows, and like you have to spend a certain amount, and then people are like, "Oh crap!"
Or
same
else we
dude.
have like people that don't really shop online because they see us in person so much. So we always
Right.
try to save a few for that.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys do a lot of pop-ups, you know.
Yeah.
How many pop-ups a year would you say you guys do?
a lot.
Yeah, good amount. Probably like 20 to 30.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just depends because we do like little ones and then
Yeah.
we'll do big conventions.
Yeah.
Some of them are, a couple hours. Some of them are 3 days. Like,
Yeah.
so it just really varies year to year.
Right. Literally us. That's how.
Yeah.
We do-
I feel like you
sometimes
guys
I-
have a very good idea of exactly what we're talking
Sometimes
about.
I feel like we do too many, you know?
Yeah,
like,
it does
it's
feel like that. At
I feel
times.
like last year we were doing a lot.
Yeah.
Like it was like 2 to 3 a month, or maybe even 4 sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every
all the
weekend
time.
we're on the road. And it's like,
It just depends the way it lays out too. You know,
Yeah.
with all these people throwing shows, it's like shit. Okay, you know, you got to start trying to see. Okay, we're gonna do this one. We're gonna try to do this one.
yeah.
You know.
We
so.
got split up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
You splitting up?
Ever
Yeah.
since
Try
we
not
had
to.
Salem, we try not to split
It's,
it.
Yeah.
it's a lot of work.
It is.
Spread
Yeah.
yourself thin. Right. So.
When it
Yeah.
comes to help, yeah, it's just you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think we have a lot on our team over here. And people know that. They're like, yeah, you guys have like a, look at our squad, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone
You guys
knows
roll deep
Wicked
for
Boutique
sure.
rolls deep,
Yeah.
you know? You guys don't have that much help, you know? You do, but not like us.
You know
Right.
what though? It's really cool because sometimes friends will stop by and they'll just stay help us. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody who helps us out.
Or
I'll take
even
it.
other shops. Other shops help us out all the time.
Right.
They'll just see that we're taking a little while because we're slow. Because we stop whenever he wants anything. We just stop and help him out.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right.
So sometimes everything just goes a little slower for breaking down or setting up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times other shops will see that and, oh, what can we do to help? We're already
Yeah.
ready. And it's like, oh, you guys are like little gifts from God.
Right. You're like, ooh, thank
Right
you.
at the perfect moment.
Trust me, I've seen that. We've done plenty of shows with you guys, and it's, every time that you've done a show with us, like our show, I see Rob is like going crazy, like overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Like Jesus,
yeah.
I'm trying to keep. There was one time where I thought he was gonna pass out on me. I was like, "You good, Rob?" You know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Out in Ukaipa,
In
right?
Ukaipa, yeah. He's like, "Dude,
And I wasn't there. I went to go pick
No.
up the show you guys did was so amazing that we ran out of shit.
Yeah.
So I had to go pick up more. And he's like texting me as I'm almost there again, like, I have somebody helping me here. I almost passed out.
Well, I
Yeah.
found out, honestly,
And then I show up and there was a fire truck there. I'm like, is he fucking around?
You're like,
what?
you're
Totally
like,
unrelated, but
shit.
still,
It was
I
so
thought it
bad
was for
that
him, of course.
I really thought I was gonna pass out, and I thought I was texting Chris Creekcake, and I ended up texting somebody else that thankfully was at the show, and
Oh,
they
okay.
came over because they were like, that message was weird. What's going on? And I thought I texted Chris.
Oh,
And
okay.
They came over like, let me help you out. So that was really cool that they stayed, and it was our friend Terry.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Terry and
think
the Crafty.
I think it's because when you're helping people, you're like, all right, what did you need? And then you run over and grab what you need, go back, and then in that heat on
Yeah.
top of
Oh,
that,
that
dude,
heat
Oh, yeah.
was,
you're
like,
all
next
that
level.
movement. You're like, okay,
Oh, that's
I'm
making you
fucking- this
dizzy.
is
That's a
it.
head change.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This
It was
is-
good though.
Yeah.
It was a great
Hey,
show.
we weren't complaining.
We didn't complain at all. That was great.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
Yeah.
didn't think it
was
would
hot.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hot. That's all. Honestly, it was hot. That's all
It
I
was
remember.
hot,
You
yeah,
know,
it
I was
was
like,
hot.
"Fuck, it's hot."
Whenever
out here.
people ask us about that show, I'm always like, look, if I'm being real, on the way there, I was complaining like a little bitch and saying, I don't want to be here. It's too hot. I don't want to do this show. But, you guys are the homies, so
Yeah.
you ask us to do a show, we're going to do it. Like,
Right.
nobody could have showed up and we still would have been there, you know what I
Right.
mean? And so I wasn't going to back out or anything, but I am definitely going to complain as much as I can every
Yeah,
time.
no, for sure.
Right. If it's
so
hot,
funny.
I'm gonna be mad. I'm mad. I was mad too.
Yeah, I know. That's why
I
I'm
was
like,
like,
you're not
you're
even going to be offended
joking.
because y'all hated it too.
Yeah,
We all made
100%.
it. We all made it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did it though. It was a fantastic
For
show.
some
It
reason,
seems like-
every show we throw is fucking hot.
Yeah, and not hot. With,
But not like
No,
that one.
one of
So
them- one of
everyone
them was
seems better
cold.
than the last.
Yeah, one of them was cold.
Just
One of them
wait
was
on
cold.
it.
Another,
Oh, yeah.
The other Ukaipa one.
Wicked
was
Fest
true.
2023. Hopefully, we'll cool that one down.
Even if I have to bring blow fans with
There
the
we go.
fucking water.
Hey, but the one thing I will say, every single show has been great.
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
We
you guys
definitely-
can throw shows
Thank
for
God.
sure.
We've definitely tried. We're trying. I
I mean,
should
you
say,
guys
so.
might be ugly, but you could throw a show.
That's all that matters, right? There you go. Shit.
I think I wanted to go back to how we met.
Oh,
originally
man.
because we met you guys before we were Wicked Boutique.
Yeah.
We've told the story before, but now that you guys are on it, now we can tell
Now
it
it's
again.
relevant.
Yeah, now it's relevant.
Yeah.
We met you guys before we were Wicked Boutique.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I remember.
We
Jess.
always remember when we have
was-
cool people around us.
Oh.
Like it doesn't matter if their shop's big or small. Like we always remember that because we
always get
spend a
scared
lot of
who's
time
gonna
at
be next
shows.
to
You
us,
know.
like,
Right. Like, who's our neighbor?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
if you're next to a suck person, it pulls the vibe down.
Yeah.
Like you don't have fun, and that's why we do this is to have fun.
Right.
Businesses are obviously everybody's there to make money, but like. You can make money online. You can make money wholesaling to shops. You don't have to
Right.
be there hanging out with people for hours on end
Right.
to make money, So if it wasn't fun, we'd probably stop doing that. And if we got put next to lames every time, we probably wouldn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Is that why you guys just rent out the whole damn end caps?
No, it's not. It's not.
They're
Honestly,
tired of people, huh?
It's just because we have so much shit now. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's
no.
all it is.
Every
Lots of
time, dude,
display.
I swear to you, every time we go to like a convention style, it's like, did they get the whole damn end cap, dude?
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody around, it's just them.
I mean, if they let us, yeah, we want
we
the end cap.
will do it every time.
That's awesome.
Jeez.
We just have so much merchandise for like we got to take everything.
I see. You know what? I think it might have been Kenny's show where I noticed those. I want to say you had like 20 different shirt designs up there. Correct
Yeah.
me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You probably have
Or-
like 30, 35.
Yeah.
Different designs up there, huh?
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
Damn. That's when I was like, holy shit, that's a lot
But
of.
see, the problem that we come to is we do a show and we can't bring everything.
Mm-hmm.
People ask exactly for what we didn't bring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whatever didn't fit in the car, that's the one they came for.
You're like,
Yeah.
that's the one you want. That's right. Okay. Thanks.
So we try to make
Yeah.
everybody happy. And
And it'll
Especially-
never work, but we try.
Especially for the larger shows, right? Because you have a
Yeah.
lot of people coming to
Yeah.
those, so it's like, okay, we're gonna try to tend to everybody,
Yeah.
almost, hopefully.
Yeah.
You know.
And I know a lot of people, like, at least how we used to be when we went to shows is we would forego buying things online because we're like, oh, we can go see them in person, get it there. And so I want to have what we have online there,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
a lot of people are like holding off or saving up for these cool conventions and
For
stuff.
sure.
And then if you go there and a brand you're trying to buy for doesn't bring what you
You
wanted,
want-
it
you're like,
sucks.
It's like a letdown almost.
Yeah,
And then
like,
you gotta
oh,
like,
shit.
damn, now I have to pay for the shipping.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. That too.
That's
true.
So we
worse.
actually started telling like a lot of people like if there's something you want, DM us, we'll bring it because we do like the Pin 'em All shows and Scare 'em All
Yeah.
at Grill 'em All in Alhambra and people are like you only brought 2 shirts. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, we have a 6-foot table. Like, what do you want us
Do you
to
know
do?
what though? With that event, I love doing that event, and it's not just because of the burgers, but
the burgers help.
I love doing that event because it's so unique how everybody can bring a legit ass 6-foot setup
Miniature
when you
setup.
know damn well like us, you guys, all these vendors have
10-foot
massive
vendors.
setups, and then you're like a 6-foot table. You're like, okay, well, how are they gonna do it?
put
And
it up to
everybody
the
pulls it
test.
off. Everybody
Yeah.
pulls it off, and it's so cool to see that. You
I'm
know
always
what I mean? Like-
surprised Love Pen and Stitches does it, and they make it work.
Yeah,
Everybody
it's
makes
a
it work.
Condensing.
It's a trip. Like the first time I saw, it, I was like, "There's no way this shit's gonna work.
No.
There's no way." Because I brought like one table, like 2 crates. I was like, "All right, let's go," and everybody.
No, I
does
remember
it,
because
though.
I packed the crates, and he's like, "That's it." I'm like, "That's all we're taking," and he was like, "No fucking way."
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Watch, make it happen."
Like, it's such
you
a
mean
cool
the
way
first
though.
time
It's
we did it?
unique. It's different, and that's
Yeah.
why I love doing that shit because it's just different.
It's like
you know what I mean? You
super
don't have
cool
to-
and chill vibe.
Right?
Yeah.
You
That's
get
what
to
I
hang
like
out
about
with
it.
everybody.
Like you can
and-
literally, I can literally be talking to like our vendors next door, and then the
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry."
You're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I forgot. I'm here to sell shit."
"Can I buy this, sir?" "Yeah, no problem."
And I loved when what's the manager's Nikki?
Nikki.
She's
Nikki's
such
awesome.
a cool person.
Nikki's
She's
Oh,
always
she's
out
the
there.
best.
Oh man,
Nikki's the reason it happens. Without Nikki, it
yeah,
wouldn't happen.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then every time we get there, she's so like welcoming, like thank you for
Yeah.
being. It's just a fun show, dude. It's like the first time you reached out, I was like, hell yeah, we're gonna do it. Like they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then again, the burgers help out a lot.
Right?
So those are just bomb.
Yeah.
But
So check him out in where's it at?
Alhambra.
At the Grill 'em
Alhambra.
All.
Grill 'em All. That's bomb.
I notice when people do like anything in Pasadena, that's like the go-to spot
Yeah.
afterwards because it's like 10-15 minutes away from
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So it's like, see y'all at Grill 'em All.
And I'm not a burger person at all.
At all.
Yeah, well,
At
their
all.
chicken stuff is good there too.
Yeah.
So it's
But the burgers,
are
good.
amazing.
They're really good.
Yeah.
You know, not to put my dad on blast right now. We're gonna put him on blast. He's like, I can't be that good of a burger, man. I was like, all right, well, let's go, man. He finally went. That's your second time. It was the second time going, and he's like, I'm gonna try this burger. He gets the burger, he demolishes the burger. He's like, that was pretty fucking good. I said, I told you, bro. These burgers are bomb, dude.
Yeah, they
It's
know what
just-
they're doing for sure.
Dude, it's just excessive and it's delicious. You're
Yes.
just like, hey,
I
it's
get
good.
the one with the burger and the chicken in it.
Nice. Okay.
nice.
Dang.
Jessica
okay.
ain't playing no games.
Okay.
I never
It's like half
finish
of
it.
it.
I never finish it, but I bring it home. But
Yeah.
I always get that the grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
See
It's,
that?
it's from the kids' meal.
It's amazing. It's amazing every
I've
single
never
time.
seen it. Well, that's
They
why.
have that and grilled cheese.
If you watch me eat there,
we
that's
get
what I'm
that.
eating every time.
Really?
wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't
Interesting.
even know what I order. I think it's a Metallica.
And they
I
have
get
like
the
the monthly
Napoleon.
one too.
Oh, okay.
So they have one that changes every month too.
nice.
See, and this is what we mean. We get off tangent.
For real. For
Very
real.
We're all
easily.
talking about burgers.
We're like, so check them out.
Yeah.
Going
grill 'em all.
back to how we met.
oh yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Riverside.
So we
Ri-
met, and we were. I
Riverside.
don't even know what name we were under.
I don't remember either.
It might have been like Quality Custom stuff.
Nah, I think it was Nightmare.
or Nightmare
I don't remember.
I don't know.
All I remember is you guys had a table, a bunch of shirts stacked up,
and a sign.
and a sign, no canopy, no
No.
nothing.
I know. It's
And I was like, dude, these
damn,
people,
how are
do they know where they're
doing
at? They're
this?
going to be hot as
Yeah.
hell.
It was our first
Why
show.
the hell didn't we bring a canopy?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's because we
Yeah.
thought we were inside.
Oh,
Because it said
Oh.
it had said that we were gonna
Yeah.
be inside, and then they
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, you're right here," and I was like, "What?"
And I was
That's
like,
not
we're
the same.
outside.
Dude, that was just, that show was different. But anyway, yeah, keep going.
Okay, so we pull up and we start unloading our one table and stack up our shirts. And we look over and it was you guys. We're like, oh shit, like you guys were legit already. Like your sign, your get up, your canopy, you
The
guys were
purple canopy.
colorful.
We're still not legit.
Yeah.
No, you guys
We're
were.
still just a couple of trash bags folding shirts in our living room. If
and
we're
I'm
being
looking,
real.
and we're looking at your guys' Instagram, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like you guys were like it, you know. And I'm looking at Jessica, and I'm like, "How embarrassing!"
Yeah.
Like we're so embarrassed. I was embarrassed, dude.
But you know what?
No.
Like, all that you just said, and the way that you guys are just so cool with
Nice
us
to
still,
us.
like, I was just like, dude, like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, it was really humbling for us.
You guys were
and,
our
like,
first friends out.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
Really?
in the community.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
That's
guys were our
rad.
first friends. And honestly, this was our first testing the waters for me and Jess because we're taking over from Anthony. And we're like, I don't know if I want to do this, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And so we go over tasting the waters. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to do it. And then I go and I saw your guys' setup and how you guys are like doing it.
All of a sudden, there was a
And
purple
I was
fire
like,
under her ass.
oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's how I wanted to be. I wanted to be like you guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys
You guys are
inspired us. You
inspiration.
know?
Nice. That's awesome.
But that's our story, how we met Monster
That's
Posse.
crazy.
Yeah.
Now you guys are inspiring other people.
That's-
Even
well,
if you're not hearing about it, you are.
you are.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
really are.
Oh, I don't,
That's just
That's
how that
awesome.
works. It's always full circle.
I think it's so
Yeah.
cool though. You know what I mean? I love like when people ask me about starting a brand or creating a shirt or whatever. I'm just like, go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, shoot it. Why not? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Why not?
Yeah.
We always just tell people make whatever you like.
Yeah.
Because that way you can't fail. If you like the shit you made, then at least you got it.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
least
most
like
of
it.
our stuff, it really like. Sometimes it's scary because we're like, is others gonna like it? We like it.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes we gotta think about like, okay, like we like it, but really, are others gonna like it? Because we
Yeah.
don't want to waste our money here.
Right, right.
Yeah.
You're all like, we gotta think business.
But at the end of the day, it is all stuff that we like.
Right.
Okay.
All of it. Like, there's nothing that we
Put out that
we-
you don't like.
That we don't like.
There's nothing you put out that you wouldn't put on.
Yeah.
Like
No.
all your T-shirts,
Yeah.
Everything.
you would put
Well,
every
we
single
all-
piece
Yeah.
on.
Not even our shirt. Like every shirt design we have a zip up of it. Like we
Yeah.
wear every single thing we make.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Gotcha.
And we wear everything our friends make too, and our other brands make. But
Yeah.
we make sure to like keep one of everything for us.
We have a lot of hoodies.
A lot of hoodies.
I want to see the containers you guys have.
Oh,
They're
right.
full of your
There's
clothing.
just
That's a
too
lot.
many.
Well, one of the containers at the last show we did was the graveyard sale.
I know.
This
It
is
was personal
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah, no, we
shirts.
each had them there because we both of us went down a shirt size. So we're like, well, this is literally every shirt our company ever made. Might as well because there's
Throw it
got to
out
be other
there.
people
Yeah.
that want them.
and people bought them up, huh?
Dude, that was the
majority of them
first
are
stuff to
gone.
sell.
Damn, that's a trip. People started buying them up quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your booth was packed as always, you know. So
We always like to say that we can put you guys in the backyard of
I
the house with
swear
the
to
lock on the
God,
gate,
dude.
and you'll make sales.
the lizards on the wall will come over and buy something.
Yeah.
I swear to you.
Yeah, literally. But let's get to the next
Yeah,
question.
go for it. Yeah, let's go.
Oh yeah.
So why Halloween? Like why the Halloween industry?
A lot
We
of
have
our
always been
stuff
to
is
it.
just nostalgia and Halloween because that's what we're
Yeah.
into. That's
You guys always just been into Halloween?
I don't remember a moment where I wasn't into Halloween.
Like even at a young age, you're like, I
as
love
a,
Halloween.
as a kid, my mom isn't from here. So when she came here, she wanted to do all the holidays. She wanted to do everything,
Oh,
you know?
that's awesome.
So then when she had us, I mean, that's exactly what she did. She did every holiday. Every holiday was big. Halloween, she didn't decorate, but once I started like really liking it, she would put up things everywhere. And then slowly at a young age, I started taking over it.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm from Glendale, so then I would not a lot of people would decorate back in the day, so I would, and I would actually win awards.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know, the city goes around and like they're like, oh, here, and I would get an award in the mail, like, and I'm proud of those because I was
Hell
young.
yeah.
I was
Right.
like 10. I did it from like 10 to like I moved out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dang,
Yeah.
you're stacking up
Every year you're like,
awards.
I got it this year. I'm going bigger next year.
Yeah.
They-
And my mom, my dad wasn't the hugest fan, but once he realized, oh shit, he really likes this. Like he was cool about it, but forever he wasn't. Like he was like,
Okay.
oh, this, what are the neighbors gonna think? But he didn't hate on. He was still cool. He let it all up.
Right.
But my mom, like, always.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So you just kept it in your daily life.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Jess, same
Especially-
for you.
No, I was raised in a cult that didn't do holidays, so I didn't get to do this shit till I was in my teenagers.
Okay.
But then I kind of dove head first into it. Me and Rob have been together for 20 years, so
Wow.
we were just kids when we got married. So as soon as I was kind of able to do whatever I wanted, it was with him. So we're going to Monsterpalooza. We're going to all the horror shows.
Yeah.
We did a lot of concerts, a lot of
Yeah.
conventions, just get out and have fun type of thing. And we're just kind of our styles kind of blend together, I would say.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
But
cool.
he already had like huge toy collection of the McFarlane movie Maniac, so all of his collectibles were Halloween horror movie stuff.
Yeah.
And we just kind of built off that. Hollywood used to have a ton of cool shops like that. They're all shut down now, but
Right.
we spent our late teens just on like Melrose and Sunset and in the alleys checking out graffiti.
Yeah.
That was just kind of what we
That's so
did.
cool, though.
They're
That's
like
cool.
Halloween horror movies. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
and then just art and graffiti. That was like our thing.
Yeah.
That's so
That's
dope.
crazy.
And if you're into art, no better place than Melrose and Sunset.
Right.
It's
I mean,
everywhere.
yeah, it's everywhere there. Everywhere.
Yeah.
LA in general, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you look at any corner and like, boom, something, a mural
Yep,
or,
yep.
some type of art. So
That is crazy.
That's cool. That's really cool. Are you originally from Corona area?
I was born in like Anaheim.
Oh,
but,
okay.
when we met, I was living in Corona, NorCal.
Oh, okay.
Right there. And then I was when we started dating or whatever, I was living in Fontana, but I would just come out to LA all the time because I hadn't really spent a lot of time out there.
Yeah.
So we'd go to like Venice Beach a lot too because we've always liked to support small artists just because they make different stuff,
Right, right.
So we would hit up Venice Beach like every week and go check out all the cool new art there and just hang out at the beach.
That's
And then
cool.
from there, we'd go down to, the alleys and check out all the art and stuff like that, all the graffiti.
I mean,
Dang,
we've done
sounds fun.
hours just driving around. Like, we'd even go like week to week to see like what the new piece out there was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was just
wow.
like our thing.
Just exploring.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's all cool.
Sorry about that. We have a kid.
But this is real life for you
Oh, Yeah,
guys.
it is,
you know?
exactly.
This is
real
your
life.
your guys do Monster Posse full time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's a part of that.
Yep.
So this
He,
is
he was literally born into it.
Everything,
Literally.
everything revolves around him around him.
That's
now, so.
right. That's
That's
right.
awesome.
You know what's crazy is that I don't remember ever a time where even when she got pregnant, you guys really never slowed down.
No, we kept it going.
And then the pandemic happened, and we were like, just like everybody else, busier than ever. And
Right.
that was just when it happened to work out that, like, literally, I was like 8 months pregnant when our Love Paint and Stitches collab dropped.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And so there was never a day that during the pandemic where we weren't super
We
busy.
never stopped.
It wasn't necessarily just stuff that we had planned
Yeah.
to make up for the fact that there was a pandemic. It was just stuff we already had in the works and we had to like keep going.
Right,
Right.
right.
At that time I was a nurse, so I mean financially we would have been okay even if we just stopped and focused on that, but when you're doing fun stuff, why do you want to,
Right.
Why do you want to go back to something
Yeah,
boring?
yeah, exactly.
That's what I always like to ask is like before the Monster Posse life, did you have, the normal
Like a
9 to
normal-
5 or your normal,
Yeah, we both
job?
did.
Yeah.
He worked for my dad. He
I
did
did construction.
construction. He was a painter.
Really?
Yeah, I painted like houses and whatnot, inside and out, cabinets,
Nice.
walls, the whole thing.
And then I was a
Nice.
nurse.
You know what?
and-
That's talent because I remember when we painted the walls and Anthony came in here and just like yelled at us because it was so ugly.
Oh my god,
It
it,
was
was
so
patchy.
bad, and I was
It's
just
hard.
like,
You gotta get those clean lines, man.
Yeah.
No tape, just clean lines.
Dude.
No, dude.
No.
I mean,
It
these
was bad.
girls. I showed up one day after work and I looked and I was like,
Well, first of all, you have
What?
me and Jess in
I
here
swear to
painting
God,
the walls.
dude. I was still like in my my expensive ass work pants. I said, "Give me the fucking roller."
He's
I
mad.
took my
Like,
shirt off. I was like, "Are you kidding me, dude?" Like, Like it looks like my son and Salem got together and started painting the wall.
Nice.
Okay,
It was
I
not
was
that.
like,
It was not bad.
I
What
mean,
is
it would have
going-
been that bad if I did it. So
yeah, it
I
was
didn't-
good, but no. So that when she says it takes talent to
That's how
paint,
I say
she
it
really
she
does.
understands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
It
I'm
was
saying.
bad.
That's talent.
She
I kind of
understands.
struggle.
I thought it was gonna be like a walk in the park because we had darker purple. All right, no, it was coming out so patchy, and I'm like,
No.
did we buy cheap shit?
No, what's worse is I think we put an undercoat on it too.
Yes, we
Yeah.
were primer and everything.
Oh, wow.
I
You gotta really,
quit.
you gotta really put it in there and then.
Don't be scared. Don't be
Oh,
Should have
scared.
hit
Right.
up Rob. That's what we're getting at here. He could have showed
Right.
you the
Next
tricks.
time, hit me up. I still got it. He's over there using paint sprayers. Doesn't even use a roller anymore.
Doesn't use
Hey, well,
rollers.
both. You have to, depend on the job.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Exterior, I'm
man.
sure it's spray, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
That's cool though. So you were in construction.
Yeah.
And then you were doing nursing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So at what point? There had to have been a point where like, okay, was it before the pandemic or right in the pandemic where you guys, hey, fuck this, let's do this full time?
Well, during the pandemic, we would have still been. Well, right before the pandemic, actually, I quit my job
Yeah,
because-
literally in November.
because I couldn't do. I was like, dude, I couldn't. We weren't sleeping. I mean, I would go to work. I would literally go to work, come home, do Monster Posse till I went to bed, order stuff, go to bed for like what 4 hours? I want to say.
Well, and if we're being real, he worked for my dad. The last year or two he worked, he didn't get paid. The construction world was kind of falling apart, and my dad, we were doing okay. Like I said, I was a nurse. I could pay our bills.
yeah, yeah.
And my dad was just like, I'll get you back as soon as I can. And so it was like we already learned how to live off of our business and my career and all that. So, you know, it wasn't something that financially, he was more or less just working to help out.
Right,
family,
right,
you know?
right.
So once he didn't, you know, my dad didn't need the help anymore. It was kind of better for him to have a smaller crew because then it's only so many people he has to find work for, you
Right.
know? Because my dad's been in business for himself since forever, since I've ever been around. So for him to help him out like that was really, really dope.
Right.
But when it came time to quitting, it wasn't really like that big of a decision to
Problem.
make because
Right.
it wasn't financially keeping us afloat
Right.
anyway.
Okay.
So that's cool. I mean, it makes it a little easier at that
It
point where,
did,
where it's
yeah.
not like, damn, I'm about to leave
But it
this
was
amount
more
of money
the,
on the table.
It was
you know?
more than him having faith in like, oh, I could just do
brand.
this. This is gonna be my
Yeah.
job now. This is gonna support me, which it really already was. But
Right.
you know, it's still hard to give that up.
I
you
think
know?
I remember having a conversation with you during that time, and you're like, dude, like I left my job, the pandemic hit,
Yeah.
and you were like, fuck, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh, I was stressing hard. I was like, dude, and then out of nowhere, I thought was gonna like. I was like, dude, we're screwed. That's it. And it was the complete opposite.
It boomed, right?
Yeah, complete opposite. But I think that was for I think the pandemic, it was great for small businesses, I feel like.
Yeah.
That's how we started.
I feel like if you were in the pandemic and you were a small business and you weren't getting business, then you were doing something wrong.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because we were literally brand new. Like, I'm talking weeks in, and our orders just started coming in, like, immediately. We dropped one shirt, boom, started getting ordered up. I was like, what is going on? Like, is it really this? People are that bored?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
because
You know,
they can't go out?
I think it was more people had time to look at the things that
Yeah.
they like.
Yeah.
I
And it
think-
wasn't that anybody was just getting free sales out of it.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
It was you had to have good stuff.
And I know
ready
there was a lot of
anyway.
free money going around at the time, you know.
Yeah.
with
I mean,
COVID.
disposable
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah.
You know?
It helped out everybody.
So
Yeah.
everybody was like, yeah, I'm going to go spend this check or run that card, you know. 'cause
Yeah.
How many of us you seen that card at a,
A
show?
lot,
Once
yeah.
once the pandemic was, I was like, oh, yeah, I know that card.
Yeah.
Run it up, baby. Let's go. You get it in 2 weeks anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we started, was during the pandemic. But that's cool to see that like leap of faith, I guess, in your own brand, you know, and stick with it,
Yeah.
right? Because
It was scary though, but it worked.
But I mean, we had been doing that full time and shows full time for 3 years
Yeah,
at
2
that
years at
point.
the point.
It was getting like a little
Tough.
bit much.
I couldn't
yeah.
do it. I couldn't do both anymore, so I had to just decide.
Yeah, you're like, all right, what am I gonna do here?
And then I'm glad. Then she was still working, and that was hard. I was like, "Do we need you?" So then she jumped on board, and then here we are.
Full time.
Yeah.
There you go.
Was that scarier when you left your job?
Mine was really situational. Rob's mom passed away not that long
Okay.
ago, and my employer didn't want to give me time off work.
Oh.
I had worked for them for a really long time, and they were just more or less like, you know, that's not your immediate family. And I was like, the fuck it isn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the day I sent in my resignation, his mom actually passed.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It was meant to be because that was one stress we didn't need during
Right,
that time.
right, right.
And it was either way, it was fine. I'm a nurse. I can get another job if I
Right.
had to, but we
Right.
had other focuses at the moment. So
Yeah.
it worked out for us only to benefit us. So
Yeah, it's crazy how that ended up, benefiting you for your favor, because once you went
Yeah.
in all full time, like I said, you guys really ramped up the amount of shows you do,
Yeah.
and then I noticed too, like you guys are always shipping stuff out, like
Oh, yeah.
constant. So there's
we try not to let it build up because we don't want people to have to wait 2 weeks for their stuff.
Yeah,
So
I mean, your turnaround's a couple days, it feels
we
like.
try
Yeah.
to.
We say 7 to 10, but that's to cover our backs.
Right.
Yeah.
Usually
Usually
it's like-
within that time, we've shipped twice.
Yeah, I
This is just in case, though, because
Yeah.
sometimes it will take 10.
Oh yeah,
You never
if you're
know.
waiting on a product or something,
Yeah.
especially with how ship times are now,
Yes.
like from
Yeah.
overseas and whatnot,
Yes.
you never know.
Did you guys struggle with that, by the way, with your providers? Like, hey man, I can't get this size in or this color.
To be honest, so when all that happened, we usually have like 6, probably around 5 or 6 designs already made.
Oh,
Always.
wow.
Like right now,
just waiting to release.
it's just
type
waiting to
of
release.
thing.
Like we have some shirts that are just sitting there nicely folded. We have a couple shirts that have been there for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we just haven't had time to
That are
release.
already printed, sitting there.
printed, sitting there in tubs.
we
just
like
ready-
to give each
Here you
thing its
go.
like light,
It's
you know,
premiere.
and sometimes something else is just going to take priority over that.
Yeah.
Or you
Right.
get a new
Yeah.
idea,
It's
and
not
it's like,
that
but
time.
this is
It's
the
not their
perfect time to
time.
put it out.
You, you get a good idea and it's there, but that doesn't mean it's the right time to put it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So like recently we did the buckets, the McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had that for way over a year.
Yeah.
And we just didn't drop it. We're like, okay, what can we use? It's a hot one, and we'll wait for a good event or a good time to put it out. And then we do that with almost, I want to say, like, most of our stuff.
And
Oh,
that's
wow.
another thing we do like to do is to have drops for events.
Okay.
We want people who come see us to have like the opportunity to get something before it goes online. Because for some reason people could wear a size that we don't get a lot of or something like that. And it's like
Yeah.
if you're coming to see us, I want you to have first dibs. No hate, no shade on
Right,
anybody
right.
buying online, obviously, but there's just something special about your local community.
Yeah,
I
for
feel like
sure.
that they
They're
should
coming
come
to see
first.
you, you know what I mean? They're coming to
100%,
see you
yeah.
and visit you wherever you're at.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was cool too. But that's a trip. So currently you have designs waiting, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What is it? I'm just kidding.
Well, a lot of times even we'll put out like at the shows and stuff like stickers or random pins,
Yeah.
and people are like, "Oh, I don't know this design." It's like, "Oh, because it's not out yet."
The funny part about that is we'll put them out, right? And sometimes people will like, they don't even pay attention. They'll see it, and I'll see them look at it, and I'm like, whatever. And I remember people. And next thing you know, like, okay, it's not out technically, but it's on the table. And next thing you know, it drops online like a month later.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, "Where was this design? I wish I would have bought it." I'm like, "It was there."
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll even have the shirts behind us, and I'm like, "It was there."
Yeah.
I do notice that though, where you guys will post something online, and I'm like, I already seen that at a
Yeah.
show though. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll wait like that month
Yeah.
time frame.
That's crazy.
So it's like, get it or
It's just always good to have something in your back pocket,
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Because you never know if the design you put out is gonna fucking flop.
Right.
Every company has flops.
Oh.
I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care how big your dick is. You still had a
Oh,
flop.
100%.
Yo.
100%.
That's good
And
advice.
so if that
You should have
happens-
something in the back all the time,
Yeah.
'cause we don't do that, and we should.
Yeah, right? Like, just have it ready to roll.
Yes.
But they got theirs printed already, like, sitting there
Yeah.
ready to go.
I don't even have my next idea.
Yeah, we have pins, dude. We've been there for like 3 years. That we have not released.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let me get one. I'm just kidding.
Let me get that limited edition.
No, that is crazy.
That's crazy. You want to move on to your next
Oh, okay. Yeah.
question here?
So what keeps you guys motivated? Like, what keeps it fresh for you guys?
I don't know.
I feel like everybody that does this kind of thing gets inspired by other artists, other brands, things like that. So we're always, we're both just huge fans. We also work with artists. We don't
Right.
Yeah.
we don't do any of the art, obviously. We feel like we put that out there very
Yeah.
much
That's
so.
very, yeah.
But in order to find these artists, you got to keep your ear to the ground. You got to be looking for new things, and it's
And
got
that's
to be
fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. We go to shows even if we're not vending. You'll definitely
Yeah.
catch us
Yeah.
at things we're not set
Yeah.
up at all the time.
Like Decon,
Decon.
we go there. I mean,
Yeah.
we're searching. We're always searching for that new thing.
Monster Palooza, we don't get into that show, but we're at every show. So
Yeah.
We love it. It's one of our favorites.
yeah,
Hopefully one day.
yeah,
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But that show is super badass. Monster Palooza.
Yeah.
I
We
did
do.
want to get out to Decon this year, but
I've never heard of that
Schedule.
show until we
we
were
met,
in Florida and we
yeah.
met Posse Pizza.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And,
yeah, they had
Yeah,
a
he was
killer
there.
booth
Yeah, they
this
were
year.
there.
yeah, we met them in Florida.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's the one who told us about it. I didn't even know that was a thing.
He was like, I'll actually be in California. I was like, for what? He's like,
Yeah.
there's this little show called Decon out there.
Oh, that's not a little show. It's a big show.
Oh, it's a big deal.
To me,
Yeah.
Well, I seen it was at the Anaheim convention. And I was like, this shit's got to be big.
Yeah.
You know?
it started
used
small.
to
We've been
be-
to all of them.
Yeah,
We've
it
been
used to
they're
be in
not missed not
Pasadena.
one.
How many years is that?
Man, how many years has it been? Like 15?
No, it hasn't been 15 years.
I want to say it has.
Nah, I don't think it's been that long.
I think so. We collect a lot of toys, so it's a blur when it comes to that one.
I got to see your toy collection one day.
One day.
Like, I have
It's
to.
gnarly. Well, half
Do-
of it's in storage because our home's not big enough for
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you have a storage that just holds your toys?
More
Yeah.
or less, I want to say,
It's
yeah.
like, just like house stuff. We have storage units
That's
for
so
Monster
badass.
Posse stuff, and then we have like personal ones.
Yeah.
So
That
badass.
is crazy.
Yeah.
You see, like, I don't relate because I don't collect.
Yeah, because you're a loser.
She don't collect anything. She's
We collect everything.
Yeah. If it's cool.
If it's Halloween, if it's monsters, if it's toys, we
Well,
want it.
then do you have like a favorite one, like something that you like the most out of your collectibles?
It's hard. Okay, if one is a My Pet Monster. We collect My Pet Monster toys. So I try to always keep a really perfect one.
Okay.
That's always a perfect one. But if out of all of them, those are kind of. We got a Beaster.
They don't know what the fuck a
sorry,
Beaster is.
sorry. It's part of the My Pet Monster world, and like,
It's the villain.
That was
and
really
he's
hard
like
to get.
only available in
Oh.
Europe, and it was, the villain, so not every kid wanted it.
He's,
Right.
he's
So it's
in
not
really
easy to
good
find.
condition, other than like one little dot. But when you find them, they're usually all like,
Tore up.
yeah, and it's like almost perfect.
When
Oh,
we
wow.
went to Japan, we got like stupid amounts of Japanese vinyl out there, and
That's the other one. We collect a lot of Safubi.
yeah, some of those are probably my favorites. Actually, one of my favorite toys is really dumb. It's dumb but awesome. It's just an ugly little baby with like beard hair that's multicolored.
Yeah,
I like grimy, gross looking stuff. So
Yeah.
my favorites are always weird.
that is.
Rob, I
I
just want
have like a blow up ET doll with a big old set of knockers. That's one of my favorites for sure.
That is awesome.
for sure I'd have that one in the house.
Oh yeah, it
I'm
is.
like, that one's not going to storage.
That is. So
I
funny.
think, Rob, you, I wouldn't say you killed it for me, but after I talked to you, because we're talking about toys, and you put me on, I think it was Headlock Studio,
Oh,
Yeah.
and I was into the toy thing like hard on. Like, I was buying, and I was like, fuck, I gotta have this one. But it wasn't this, like, the vinyl that you're collecting, right?
Yeah.
And then I stopped, and I was like, hold on, man, like, this isn't as cool. Because everybody has these, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kid you not, I haven't bought since that conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I stopped. Like, I have shelves
Was it
full
like
of shit.
vintage toys?
No,
or-
it was the,
Oh, like Funko Pops and stuff?
not even.
NECA toys.
The NECA toys.
Oh, yeah.
So,
those
you
are
know,
dope. We collect those too.
So I got to a point where I was like, okay, I got pretty much all the ones I really want.
Yeah.
And I talked to Rob, and he put me on those toys, and I was like, this is what I want now. Like, I don't even want that other stuff,
Yeah.
because Joe Schmo from the Alamo can buy that one too.
You should go on Designer Con.
I
He
know,
was there.
dude. I seen all his stuff.
I even had the Itsby sisters there. Because they were actually close to his booth. And I was like, look, if I'm not here
They
by
were.
8:45, if I'm not here, can you get in line for me? And trust me, they
They're on.
mad
Pull through.
respect because they were actually I was there, but they were on it regardless. So
Yeah.
I had mad respect
That's
for them.
awesome.
Yeah.
Were you able to get a bunch of stuff from?
We got too much.
You got too many. We got more than I actually went there for.
We probably like doubled our budget on what we spent.
You're like,
wow.
sweet.
Yeah.
Which
'Cause
is weird
easily
because we
there.
don't even usually think about a budget because we're like, we just got to get it. You
Right,
know?
right.
But this time we're like, no, let's be responsible. We'll have a budget.
No, that didn't
And that was
happen at
gone
all.
like after the 2-3 toys. We're like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh
That's
wow.
when.
She's like, first time we did a budget, and
And
we were like,
that's why you're like, next year, forget the budget. That way,
Yeah.
there's no. Oh damn, I went over.
yeah.
Well,
know?
usually when we go, we have a booth there.
yeah.
Oh,
But this
okay.
year we decided to just shop instead. And we regretted it because it's so much fun to be there. But,
Right.
it was cool to just shop there and not have to worry about our booth because usually the first
Yeah.
couple hours we're there, we just leave anyway.
Yeah,
We don't-
yeah.
We don't stay at the booth. We just shop.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We should have went.
And those toys are not cheap.
No.
So, yeah, it just depends. But the cool thing is you get to see like a smaller artist,
Uh-huh.
and they might only have like a couple toys, but
Uh-huh.
they're handmade and stuff like that, and everything's hand painted.
Right, I was just gonna say, I was just on a live. I think it was a Plastic Pizza's live, where he sent out like 12 of his actual figurines to 12 different artists.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Oh,
were
yeah.
able to sell them, and they all had their own paint schemes, and
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like that. You see, that is like very original, very
Yeah.
nobody else is gonna have that. So that's what makes you like want it more. Like, dude, I
There's
want
actually
that
a lot
toy.
of really cool galleries they'll do.
Yeah.
Like, so they'll send out, just like you're saying, and then they'll have a gallery where they all put them back in, and they're all on display for like a month or so.
Yeah.
And they get the little red dot if they sell and the whole deal, and then at the end of the month, everybody can pick up their stuff. But
Okay.
we've gotten toys that way before too, where it's like somebody's toy, but it's painted by another rad artist you like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, this is amazing.
That's so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I
That the
have to
toy
ask. You don't have
world
to
is that
answer this
big.
question, but I have to ask. What's the most you guys have ever spent on one toy?
Ooh.
On one
She's like,
single
"Yeah, don't
item
ask."
toy.
So there's this shop in Glendale, I believe. It's called 3D Retro. They actually put on Decon.
Oh,
And they have a sale once a year, and it was like 50% off when we were there.
uh huh.
So we spent like $500 on this toy, but it's usually like probably $1,000.
Okay.
So that one, and then, but that's a huge toy. That one's like this big. But I've spent the same on toys that were this big.
Right,
So
okay.
I want to say like 500 is probably our.
And that's for one
our-
single toy.
Yeah, probably our limit. It's not like we do that all the time.
Right.
But sometimes there's just
Yeah, there's
special
that
ones.
item you're like, you gotta get that.
500. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Ashley's
Yeah.
like, you know how many books I can buy for that?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like my proudest moment for sure, but you know,
But
sometimes
once you
it
have
has
it,
to
you're like,
happen. Well, I don't buy like Coach or Louis
Right.
Vuitton.
Right.
I've never been into that. The only luxury thing I buy are toys and septum rings. Like me and my husband like to have nice jewelry in our nose.
Right.
I don't know why, but I could probably get cheap shit and it'd be fine. Nobody would know the difference, but that's just like for myself type of thing.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure. For sure.
Definitely.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, I feel like that's with like our plugs too. My Nancy, we just have so much, and like I'm not even that size anymore, and I still have it. Like, why do I still have it? But like I spend money on that, I'm gonna keep it right.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
It's gonna go right here.
Exactly.
But you guys actually collect shoes as well.
Oh yeah.
We don't. That's the thing is, well, Rob collects some, but he'll only get them at drop prices. He doesn't like
Okay.
go pay aftermarket value for them or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, anything Halloween, like especially shoes, we want them. You know.
Yeah.
He wears Nikes. I wear like Vans till they fall apart. I'm literally wearing Vans with holes in them right now. Like that's just how I roll.
Yeah.
But if they have a cool shoe and I can get it at drop, I'll get it. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't have like a huge collection really.
No.
He has. I say he
yeah,
more
I was gonna
does
say.
because he has some that he's never even worn stuff, and
Dang.
that's not how I don't collect them. I wear
Yeah,
them.
you're
you
like,
know?
fuck that, I want to wear them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he for sure has a collection. 'cause
Yeah.
we talk about it all the time.
Oh,
He's just
yeah.
like, oh, did you see this? Did you see that?
Yeah, he just doesn't actually get too many unless they're at drop.
Yeah.
but
That's
still,
smart.
he'll definitely go to every drop and try. So,
Right.
yeah, he
But
gets
now
I'm
a
just
good
gonna give it a
amount.
shot.
Now they're
see
just
what
making it
happens.
harder and harder to
That's
get
why.
it. Like it's so annoying.
I feel like lately he's kind of given up. I got a cool pair recently that he went to go pick up, and they didn't have his size. So I was like, "Oh, get them for me since you're there."
Sucks for
Might
you.
as well.
They
might
got
as
my
well
size.
Yeah.
What-
Sucks to be a size
yeah.
13, brother.
Right?
Or whatever size he is.
No, he is a 13.
Oh, is he a I made
Yeah.
that up.
Oh, wow.
Damn, I'm good.
Yeah, we're both like opposite ends of the spectrums for drops because I wear a 7 and he's a 13.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's like the two hardest
Yeah.
sizes to get.
Literally. That's funny.
That is.
So what's future goals for Monster Posse? Or what are your what's the
The goal?
What's the future looking like?
I mean, there really isn't any goals. Like, we're just going to keep making stuff until we run out of ideas.
Which is never then.
Hopefully never.
Huh.
Hopefully
Keep
never.
it fresh. It's like you said, like you guys always working with artists.
Yeah.
So there's always new artists. There's always
Yeah.
new stuff. There's always something happening. You know. So
I
it
guess,
really.
I guess if we had to have like an immediate goal, I want to have one of our main artists, Pastel Ghoul, is a Canadian tattoo artist.
Okay.
So I want to have her come out for a show.
Oh.
I want to have her tattoo.
And
I
she's
wanna
out
get
of
a tattoo by her.
Right.
she's out of Canada.
Yeah, she's out of
Okay.
Canada. She has a shop out there.
that is so
That is
She's like
dope.
fucked with us from the beginning. I don't know why. I have no idea where that karma came from, but she is just like the raddest person in the world.
Nice,
Seriously, just
nice.
nothing but good vibes from her.
Have you ever got to meet her in person?
No, because she's in Canada, and even
Yeah.
when we did like New York, going over the border and everything like that was just
A
it
bit,
wasn't
I'm
in our
sure.
cards. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's
hopefully
never-
we can get her out here for that. I mean,
That would
that's
be
that's
super
our
cool.
one of our big goals.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
would be cool. Yeah.
Damn.
What inspires your guys' style?
I just think it's like different artists we're into, different things we're into, movies. I mean, like I was saying, toys, all that kind of stuff. Even just like colors.
Yeah.
I'll see color palettes and I'm like, oh, we should do a shirt that's that color palette. It doesn't. everything else will kind of fall into place. But we just a lot of times are bouncing ideas off of each other and stuff like that. Things that we think are funny, nostalgic things, just a lot of things inspire.
Yeah.
What we do.
So there's a lot of thought that goes into every shirt then really, you know what I mean? Like the
We
colors
try.
and the, okay.
Yeah. And then,
Thought process.
a lot of times, too, is we'll come up with an idea and then we pick out the artist because it's like you have the idea of how you want it to look. So I'm like, okay, whose art fits that?
Right.
And, like, I like gross stuff. All the gross designs are me. And then, like, all the cute kawaii shit, that's all Rob.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. So we
Well,
kind
that's
of...
flipped.
Yeah, most people would think it's the other way. It's not. If it's like a big set of tits, that's because I wanted to make it. You know what I mean?
okay.
Like, if it's super gross, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
But we kind of like when one of us comes up with something we want to do, we kind of just like give the reins because it has to be how they saw it. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Because we do things so different, and we might be like, yeah, like we're on the same page, and the pages are totally off to different books. You know what I
Right.
mean? So we have to just kind of put that trust in each other too. Like, all right, that sounds cool. Make it cool.
Right. So, is there ever like, hey, it's my turn to come out with a shirt. This is my turn, or it's your turn to come out with a shirt, or is it
No.
kind of like if
Whoever
somebody
comes
comes
up
up with
with-
something cool, like, hey, this would be cool.
Some of them are like collaborative ideas between the two of us. Some of them are just one of us was like, no, we need to do this. But there's no like taking turns. It's whatever works.
Okay, whatever.
We can make them all. We can make, we could take turns as far as like, okay, let's do this one first and then that one next.
Right.
But it doesn't necessarily like, okay, my turn to do a shirt.
They just said they have stuff in the
back.
ready to go. They have
It's
things
all about
ready
timing.
They
to
have stuff
go.
on in the.
That's a trip.
They're locked and loaded, man.
We
That
try.
That must
is
be nice.
crazy.
Be ready at the go.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Like-
we just started getting into like working with artists now because of you
Yeah.
guys like helping us with that.
It's rad.
So
it's really rad.
hopefully
The next few
Within the next few weeks, we should have our first artist
artists
work
drawn.
done.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's just cool because we get to print our own stuff here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's really cool.
It's like once he gives us the design, we can go crazy.
Yeah.
you
It's
can
Maybe
hit
cool.
street running,
It's
yeah.
cool, but it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to pick like the right artist and,
Yeah.
and to hope that what you're telling them is coming across.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. The only advice I can give to people working with other artists is tell them. If you don't like something, tell them.
Yeah.
They're not offended. It's not. You don't have to like it the way they drew it.
Right,
Just
right.
Don't let them get to the end and be like, oh, it would have been really great if you did it this way. Like
Right.
that should have been told during the sketch or maybe
Right.
a line work process.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I think that the guy we're working with right now, he's very good about that. Like
Yeah.
he's sent me phases of it.
See, that's
like
rad.
it's like, hey, like this
was
is
like
the
a
first
sketch.
thing. Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is like the secondary. What are we thinking? You like it? And then he sends me like, I'm like, oh, okay, it's super cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, don't get to the end. Now it's like, nah, I don't like the whole
Hold
first
up,
thing.
hold
Yeah.
up. Let's redo it.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
so that's what's cool.
because that's wasting their time. And
Exactly.
their time is money. So,
Exactly.
Literally.
just like
100%.
everybody else's.
Yeah.
And we've been waiting. We've been waiting because he's busy.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
this
other
is the
people-
busy season for everybody right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's cool to do it like that though. I'm excited for it. You know?
We like to work with a few different artists at a time, just for that reason. When somebody's busy, there's a good chance a few people are, but not everybody's gonna
Right.
be super busy.
Someone
They'll have
will be
time,
open.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
awesome. Yeah, going off of printing our own shirts though, like we try to do a lot of the stuff ourselves, but we got to the point where like, yeah, that's because the storefront.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with, you know.
Yeah.
And thankfully, we have your guys' stuff now in store.
That's so
so
rad that you're carrying everybody's stuff in here now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I know them. I know them. That's
Yeah.
dope.
So that was one
That's
of
what
our,
we're trying to do.
So we did revamp the side of the store. So that was one of our big goals, is to bring in other small businesses,
Yes.
you know, to
Yeah.
support them.
Yeah.
And just have advertisement for their companies too. But that's like one of the downfalls, I think, is printing your own shirts, and it's keeping up with everything.
Yeah.
Because you have your
Yeah.
in-store, you have your online, you have your show product. You're
Yeah.
just like, fuck, you know?
Mhm.
A lot going on at once.
It's so funny because I think when we first started, we didn't have that mentality, right?
No.
We wanted to offer like
Everything.
everything, you know,
Yeah.
in store made or in house made,
Yeah.
and we got to the point where like, fuck that, like
Well, it's hard to keep up with.
it's way too hard to keep up with, and
Yeah.
we would rather put other people in here. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like I
yeah,
think it's so
100%.
cool to have the option. Like if somebody wants to buy your guys' pins, they can come here now.
Yeah.
Or if somebody wants to buy the Izzy Girl stuff, they can come here. Or
Yeah.
so on and so forth. So it's like it's so cool to have that locally now. Because as you guys have seen, San Bernardino, there's a big market
Yeah.
for
Yeah, there
this
really is.
stuff. You know,
Yeah.
and people are like, cool, it's here.
Yeah.
You know, like we just got your pins and they sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's wild.
Sweet,
That's
sweet.
nice.
You know, so it's cool to have other people, and we're still bringing in brands.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
super rad too, because there's not a lot of shops out here that
Yeah.
carry this kind of stuff.
No,
So
I mean,
I'm
other
sure
than Hot
the
Topic.
locals are like probably super stoked
Yeah.
about it.
Oh yeah, other than the new Hot Topic that
Literally
just
a
opened.
brand
Yeah,
new
it's
one.
Y'all
It's-
got a hot
it's-
top?
It's like
It's huge.
It's huge.
Really?
It's huge.
Oh,
Massive.
okay.
It's massive. It's the biggest one. They're advertising themselves as the largest Hot Topic in the Inland Empire.
Oh, wow.
Which it is. It's fucking
Yeah.
massive.
It's huge.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know,
We're not advertising here. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But like we went and I was just like, well, I ran into Ashley there.
yeah.
shit.
Trying to do Christmas shopping and you're like, oh shit.
Well,
Sorry.
did you leave,
You're
though?
doing Christmas shopping at Hot Topic.
yeah.
Stocking stuffers for sure.
Where
At
do
the
you want me
least.
to-
Their Funko Pop wall was like massive.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was huge. And I was like,
It's
wow.
big. It's cool though. But no, like other than them, there's no other little shop
Yeah, no.
that is offering, you know, what we're offering, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why I
Like
think it's so cool to
spooky,
be
horror.
able to offer all the different products that we're bringing in. And
Yeah.
like I said, and hopefully we continue. This just for those people listening or watching, it's not that, oh, these are the only companies we're going to carry. No, we're still
Yeah.
bringing in companies.
moving
Why
stuff
not?
around. Like,
Why not? You know what I mean? People like it. You know,
Yeah.
they love to see it here, so we keep bringing it. Why
Oh,
not?
that's
So-
really rad. It's really cool opportunity for all the little shops that you have. in
Yeah,
here,
for
too.
sure. So it's fun too, you know, and
Yeah.
give them extra work like they need it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are actually one of very few shops that we have our stuff in.
that's
Oh,
so
wow.
cool.
Right now, I think it's just you guys and Unlisted in Santa Ana. They're very cool. And then the Horchateria
Okay.
has our air fresheners. Well, they did have them. I don't know if they sold out yet or not. but
Yeah.
Every year they put in an air freshener order with us. So
Oh, wow.
Nice. Nice. They
it's
just
fine
like the
with
way they
us.
smell, you know.
But we
That's
don't
true.
really, we've never been big into wholesale. We're not like opposed to it. We
Right,
just-
right.
Yeah.
My whole thought is always like, oh, I don't want some asshole selling my stuff and somebody
Yeah.
associates that guy with me.
Right,
You know?
right.
You
No,
know?
that's so true.
That's,
That
that's
is
a
very
big
true.
thing too.
Because I know the first time we did it, the girls were like, "Wait a minute, what do you mean? Like, well, how does it work?" Because it was, you know, we're still new into
Yeah,
the scene,
yeah.
and there was a whole store that was going to carry a bunch of our designs.
Nice.
And it was just like, all right, let's think about it. Don't freak out. Like, let's, you know, I'm
Check
sure it's
out the
normal,
shop, all that
right?
kind
It's
of stuff,
normal.
yeah.
So it all checked out and it worked out, but it's nerve wracking.
But I know a lot of brands like they do wholesale and that like pays their bills. You know what I mean?
100%.
Everything else is just a cherry on top
Right.
of
Right.
the deal,
Right.
which is dope. Like I don't know. Keeping stuff in stock isn't always the easiest. I know
Right.
you guys probably deal with that too. So for me, I'm a little timid on wholesale because of that, but I also don't mind like putting them in friend shops and stuff like
Right,
that.
right.
I think that's really
But
cool.
we appreciate it a lot.
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure.
We're
you
like-
guys anytime. That's like nothing.
We're like, I don't know if they're gonna want to.
Oh, dude, anytime.
It's funny because when we DM you guys, I get nervous still. I'm like, I don't know.
Still.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny.
I'm just like, dude, we've been working with them for like
friends
years now.
forever.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, you know.
I
it's
don't
like-
know. I just don't
they
feel like
they
wanting to
seen
bug
us
people.
when we're at our worst. I think we're good now.
Yeah,
think
you
it's-
know, like we're like
I think it's awesome though that you guys have been the same to us when we were nobody. I mean, we're still nobody,
right.
you know. But
Same.
you guys have seen us when we didn't have a damn easy up
Yeah.
to where we're throwing events
And we
now
have
and we're
store.
doing
Good
stuff.
events
And it's just
and
like
a
it's
rad
so
store.
cool. It's so
Thank
cool
you.
to see that, and you guys have been the same.
Oh yeah.
We've been the same, you know. It's like nothing switched up, you know. So we just got busier, but
Yeah.
it's just been cool, you know. So
And if you had any advice to people who want to start, what would you tell them? Like,
Oh, just be super chill with everybody. Pay attention to everything. We pay attention to everything. What people say, what people don't say, like what people are doing. And of course, like new products coming out, stuff like that. Like you just have to really be observant of what's going on around you.
right,
Make, like we said earlier, make stuff you like. Because then at the end of the
Yes.
day, you're not disappointed. If you
Right.
didn't sell out of your shirts, at least everybody you know got a cool shirt. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's really never a fail in that. That and just, this is not a popular opinion, but always help other people.
Right.
If
Oh.
somebody needs a contact for something you make, why wouldn't you give it to them?
Right.
Like, if I had to figure out a process on manufacturing and all that, and I can save somebody those hours, like why wouldn't I? You know.
Right.
So I feel like that gatekeeping shit's lame as fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I feel like people should be helping each other because the better the community does, the better the community does.
Yeah.
So if everybody's killing it, then we're all making good money and everything is going well.
You know, that's the
That's
second time somebody, I used the word, hit the nail on the head.
yeah,
Right there. That was just perfect. You know, helping each other out.
Oh, yeah.
Because again, at the end of the day, we all we're all making money off this stuff, and
Yeah.
so if we, like you just said, if we make it better together, the better the market's gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But if everybody's like, I hate you, I'm beefing with it, then nobody's gonna want to deal with it. You know what I mean? It gets
Yeah.
ugly.
Well, and
But-
like when we started, it wasn't like when we started. A friend of ours that we met a long time ago, we had him showing us all this cool art he did and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
And we were always like, "Yo, why aren't you selling this? Like, we go to art shows and buy stuff like this all the time. Like, why aren't you doing it?" And eventually, he quit his job. He's doing art full time. Y'all probably know him, Jesse JFR, coolest artist
Yeah.
around. He does all these rad alien avocados and stuff. He goes all over the country. He went to Japan with us, like really cool dude. And before we started Monster Posse, he's like, "Why aren't you guys doing anything?" He's like, "Why don't you guys go to everything? Why don't you have a booth there?" And we're like, "Well, we don't make anything." He's like, "What do you want to make?" I was like, "Well, I collect pins. We can make some pins." He's like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, I make pins here." Gave me manufacturer, gave me everything we needed from the beginning.
Wow.
Like, none of this happened just because we decided, oh, this is going to be great. To be honest, our business was born out of a huge depressive state.
Okay.
We were just like, something's got to change here.
Yeah.
And we would go visit our friend because he was already vending. He was already doing conventions and stuff like that. And he was more or less just kind of like, dude, you guys need to do this. Like, you should be here with us. You know everything about all these different artists that are at these conventions and all the different toys coming out and all
Right.
that. Like, you should be here too. And so from there, we were like, all right, we'll give it a shot. And then you start with a pin, and then,
Yeah.
we made a bunch of pins, then we made shirts. That's just
It
that's just how it
evolved.
goes. But from the beginning, nothing's done by yourself.
Right.
Somebody helped you in some way, even if it's not like the biggest thing to them. It's still, snowballed into something bigger.
Right.
That's just how that goes.
Now, you guys said you just completed your 5 years of Monster Posse, right?
Right.
So in those 5 years, when you guys first started, did you ever think that Monster Posse would be the animal it is today?
No, man, no. Like I said, we are just a bunch of trash people folding shirts in our living room. It used to be us, putting pins on cards in our living room. Now it's shirts. It's the only difference.
That's awesome.
Different product. That's all it is.
That's so awesome. Because I mean, we like to travel with Wicked Boutique.
Oh, yeah.
So we just went to like Florida.
So
and
rad,
then we
so jealous.
So it's just crazy when we're somewhere like Florida, and we see your guys' products everywhere.
We
Like,
see your
damn!
guys'
I'm like,
shirts.
have they been out here?
We geek out every time we see somebody wearing our shirts.
That's
like
awesome.
Every
That's
time.
us.
The first time we were out in public and saw somebody wearing our shirt, we were like, "Hey, can we get a picture of you?"
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
They're like, "Who are you?"
Ended up being a really good friend / customer after all this time. But yeah, we were like straight. It was great too because it was a girl, right? And so Rob's taking her picture and her boyfriend's coming out of the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't look like a normal thing
Right.
right here. I was like, yeah, we made her shirt. Yeah, and he's just grabbing a cool picture.
And he's like, oh, all right.
And then
all
both
right.
of them,
Alright.
that couple is just like super, super nice, super
think
like good friends of ours now.
That's so cool.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
I think we tried to do that too, but everybody bitched out.
We're
not
too
gonna lie.
shy. We're like, no.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't even remember where it was at, but it was just funny.
It was like horror nights.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was like
dude.
horror night.
Yeah, Rob
What-
doesn't like to approach people as much, but I'm not shy. I'm like, hey,
Like, I don't care.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a trip. But going with, we could talk on it a little bit as far as like we know the Instagram thing happened to you guys,
Yeah.
and that must have been like a devastating moment, right? I mean,
so
how
I don't know. So this actually happened to us twice. If
Wow.
I'm being 100% honest, the first time it happened, we had 5,000 followers.
oh wow,
That was devastating.
Yeah.
Like absolutely devastating. When we had 55,000 followers, we're like to say how like nonchalant we were about it, like it is what it is, move on type of thing. Rob was at a doctor's appointment when he found out, getting his blood pressure checked because he's been on medication, right?
yeah,
crap.
They checked it, it was perfect.
oh wow,
So it was like instantly, it was like, that sucks, but it is what it is.
Right,
You know
right,
what I
right.
mean? Like, if people like our stuff, they'll follow us again. If they don't, cool. They didn't have to delete us. We deleted ourselves, I guess.
We did them the favor.
But when we were smaller and Instagram's a weird thing. Everybody knows it's a weird thing.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Honestly, we were like, should we even start another one? Who cares at this point, But we like to use it, and we have a lot of like friends and customers that only use it. So
Yeah.
I don't want them to lose all like social media with us, basically. So yeah, we started another one. I mean, it'll creep up there eventually.
Yeah.
We're not stressing on it or anything like that. We gained our following, I think, doing a lot of shows. We used to travel a lot too. We haven't really traveled much since we had Salem, other than just to Arizona for Mad Monster. But every show you do, you get more followers. So the way we saw it is, all right, let's just jump back in. Let's do a lot of shows. Let's get our name out there. Luckily, we already had like a customer, like, you know, we have our website and people go to our shop. So
Right.
it didn't like affect our online sales as much. And I think that should probably most people's big worry when something
Right.
like
Yeah.
that goes on. Like, dude, this is my livelihood. But
Yeah.
I could go, at this point, we know what we're doing vending. So we could go with 0 followers and set up shop. We have a whole business worth of stuff.
Right.
It's not like we lost all our designs and everything, you know? So
Yeah.
it was disappointing, but it was, it is what it is.
Right.
What are you
so
going to do
weren't-
about it?
Yeah, you weren't like devastated.
I'm
Like,
gonna
oh my
cry.
God. It's
No,
like,
when we
yeah.
did the first time, though, yeah, we were bummed for sure. We were really
it's
sad
a trip
about it.
though. It's a trip because like you just said, you're sad about the 5,000 because you're like, fuck, I really worked hard for that.
Yep.
But at the 55,000 mark, you're like, well, that sucks,
Yeah.
but we'll get up there again, you
Yeah.
know.
Hopefully. you
Yeah,
know?
I think so.
I don't
mean,
think it'll be like as quick probably as it was before
Uh-huh.
because it was something new people were seeing.
right.
So, but maybe as we put out new products, it'll
Yeah.
kind of
I
bump
mean,
that up a
and
little
like
bit.
you said, I mean, with the amount of shows that you guys do attend,
Yeah.
everybody be like, oh shit, hold on, I don't follow them because
Yeah.
this happened or whatnot, you know. So it'll be like, it'll be a slow process
And
again.
I mean, people were so cool about it. The amount of shops that were like reposting. I know you guys did, but
Yeah.
you know, there was just so many people that were like quick to like repost, follow their new page, that kind of stuff. And that's like, that shows a lot about a lot of people right there.
No,
So
100%.
I mean, that's a very eye-opening experience in itself right there.
I think
Yeah.
Just to see who has support and that kind of stuff, it means a lot.
for sure. I think it's so cool to see that when you got backup. It's almost like a backup.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
you know, they got your back on that sense. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, it's like we try not to step on toes. Really, we
Mm-hmm.
try to like I was saying, help people, like be chill with everybody,
Right.
like make friends because we're gonna spend time together. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of time.
to see so to see it like, I don't know, it kind of fulfill itself like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of rad. Like, okay, we did something right. If this many people still fuck with us, even
Right.
when, because at that point. You know that some people fuck with you because of your following, you know?
100%.
So then lose that following, see who's still fucking with you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We see that, so.
Yeah.
I mean, not like there's any hard feelings anywhere. It's just nice to notice things like
Right.
that.
Yeah, for sure. But it is sad though that it's 100% right, you know. And I say it all the time to the girls because when we first came into the community, we were nothing, you know, and it
Yeah.
was like tough
Everybody
to get
is when
going.
they start,
and yeah,
you know?
and we couldn't even get a damn show, you know, because it was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, who's these guys? I remember when we broke the scene for the first time, you know,
Yeah.
and then it's like as you get going, like you just said, you gain more following. All of a sudden, so and so wants to work with you, and this person wants to. Like,
Yeah.
okay, where are these creatures coming from? You know what I mean? Like out of
Yeah.
the woodwork. So it's a trip, but also at the same time very humbling to see like all the people that are
Oh, yeah.
reposting and trying to help out again and like, hey, get these guys going.
And it's like super appreciated because that's like people taking their time out of their day on their business pages where they
Right.
should be, posting about their own business.
Right.
And they're posting about mine. Like, I don't know. That's really rad.
it's so
cool.
awesome. It's so
Super
awesome.
cool.
It's again, it goes back to relationships
Yeah.
and having that good relationship
Yes.
with the community.
Yeah.
You know, because
And you guys are so awesome.
Aw.
So you guys are like the best people.
The coolest, chillest people ever. Like,
Yeah, it's so funny because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are just too damn nervous to approach you guys and
Probably.
and talk to you guys because you are busy at a booth and
Oh,
don't get
yeah.
me wrong,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's sometimes it's I feel like it's kind of like imposter syndrome. You know what I mean? like they see us all busy and stuff, and then it's like behind the scenes, like I literally can't express to you guys how like low key trash we are.
Yeah.
Like we say it for a reason.
Right,
like,
right,
There's
right.
nothing special back here.
Yeah.
right.
You're like, we're gonna go home and go watch TV.
Yeah, for
Basically,
real,
yeah.
for real.
I mean, Salem's gonna run around and throw popcorn everywhere, and I'm gonna wait till the morning to vacuum it up. Like,
Yeah.
we're just trash like everybody else.
I think
Yeah.
that was the funnest part about Arizona was your guys' booth was always trashed.
Oh yeah,
Because the
Oh,
baby
yeah.
was having a fun time
Oh,
back
yeah.
there,
And
you
he
look
loves
back and be like,
snacks.
"Damn, like that's a mess back there."
Yeah, I'm like, they're not gonna invite
Yeah,
us back.
you're like, I don't think I'm getting
I'm gonna
an
just start
invite.
bringing like one of those little
A little
vacs with
mini
me.
vacuum.
Yeah.
That was the funniest thing.
Will you guys
Yeah.
be back?
Oh yeah,
next
we already
year?
signed up.
Oh
yeah.
nice.
Okay,
Okay.
sweet.
There's a few shows that we'll always do. DragCon, we'll always do. Obviously, if you guys do a show, we already know it's going to be a good time. But Arizona Mad Monster's a really fun one. We'll do that
Dude,
one.
we had a blast. Thanks,
Yeah.
Chris actually put us on Creep Cake,
Yeah.
and I was like,
He actually put us onto that show too.
really,
Yeah.
and it was just a good time. Like we had a really good time. I was like, man, and so when it came up again, we're like, yeah, we're gonna do it. Like we had a great time the first time, and so it was fun.
It's funny because when he did tell us, I applied that like right then when he was
Nice.
standing there. I was applying like, okay, what is it called? Yep, okay, here's my application.
Yeah.
We're down. Yeah, we're down to do it.
Yeah,
Why not?
Chris is I met Chris when I was 15 years old. Like, Chris is my best friend.
Oh, wow.
And him and his girlfriend were actually going anyway. So they're like, oh yeah, we're going to this Mad Monster show in Arizona. I was like, okay, cool, I'll apply. And then we ended up getting in, so we went, and it was like so much fun.
Yeah, it
that
was
was
a
that
lot
was
of
before
fun.
we had Salem.
Okay.
So it was just me and Rob, and it was actually really cool. We had got to take pictures with Captain Spaulding in like
Oh, yeah.
full paint and
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Oh,
So that was
really?
really cool.
Oh, wow.
Sid, it was like one of the last times I saw Sid dressed up like
yeah,
that. So
I've
just
never.
just to be able to see that and
We've
get a
never seen him
picture
before.
was super cool.
Yeah.
That is
So-
dope because I've seen him many times. Many
Yeah,
times.
but
I've
usually he's just
I've
chilling
talked
like
to
a
the
normal
man.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's just never seen him in makeup though.
Yeah, I was
never.
gonna say, never seen him.
I mean, that was a photo. It wasn't like he was sitting at
Right.
a signing booth, but
Right.
still, it was really cool.
So you had to pay a pretty
yeah,
penny to get
yeah.
that picture.
It wasn't free.
Yeah, no,
But we're stoked too, because like I think this year they're doing like Art the Clown.
I think
I heard something about
something like that, and then they got like
Robert
Rob
Englund.
England coming back in
Yeah.
as so it's gonna be a good year.
Yeah, the
I think
photo
he
ops
might
there are
be dressed
great.
up, I don't know.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. So
I think we already got in. We haven't paid for our booth. It's like, dang, it's so far. We're at the
Yeah.
already. That's
That
the
is a
business.
downfall.
we're
That's how
in.
it goes.
That's the
Yeah.
business we're in. You get approved for these shows, and it's not till next end of year, and you know,
have to
booth
pay.
fees are up. You know,
Yeah.
but that's how it
for
goes.
real.
Yeah.
That's how it rolls.
Let's see. I think what do we got left?
I think
should-
we covered about everything. We know we
think
go
so.
up and down the
Yeah.
list. So
Rob had to step out with the baby.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm
Salem,
bored.
we woke him up when we got here. He had just fallen asleep,
Yeah.
so he's a
He's
little
like,
cranky.
"You bastards."
Yeah, pretty much.
I was tired.
Yeah.
I mean, he sounded pretty well
Yeah.
throughout the
Yeah.
whole time. So
He had snacks. That's usually
That's
all
how
it
he
takes.
usually is,
Yeah.
though. Every time I see him, he's just like
He's
he's eating something
chilling.
or he's
Chilling.
like watching
It's so
something.
weird, right? That he was acting up right now because he like never does that.
like-
People all the time vent next to us and they're like, "Wait, you had a baby with you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, he's chill, but not
No.
today.
that happened to me at the graveyard, son, and I was there the whole time with Rob.
he
'Cause
was
went to
behind.
go get pizza, and then Salem popped his head up above the table.
You're
Like,
like, "Wait,
oh
what?"
shit, I forgot Salem was right there, dude. I was tripping out. He was in the
Hey,
wagon.
it's having an
Yeah.
off day. It's all right. Everyone
Yeah.
has an off day.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
funny.
I have
but-
3 a week, so.
Right.
Oh, man.
So I think we're gonna just finish up with one last question, and we ask everybody.
Okay.
What would be your favorite like
Scary
horror
movie.
movie, scary movie?
Oh, I'm a big fan of House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh,
I like that gross shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Plus, that was like for me when I was a late teenager, and I went and saw it in theaters. You know.
Oh wow, okay.
And that's when I got exposed to most of the horror and stuff like that. So that was like right off the bat, like one of the. I mean, I had seen other stuff by then, but that was like my first experience with a really like wild horror movie in theater.
Uh-huh.
I was
Wow.
just like, this is amazing. Like,
Oh yeah, I love that film too. I love The Maze though.
yeah.
When they
Oh
did it
yeah,
when
yeah.
they did it
The
at
Maze
Horror
is
Nights, I
great.
was like legit.
Yeah.
It was super legit. So I mean, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Nobody said that one,
No, no,
right?
No.
Nobody
I
said.
feel like
that one,
everyone says The Shining.
The Shining.
Everyone has always said The Shining.
yeah. The
And
Shining.
that's like my least favorite. I don't hate it or anything. But
Mine
it's like,
too. See?
You- it's one of those.
I still
it's
think
one of
everything
those
else
movies
is so
though.
much wilder. You know.
It's one of those movies where it's just a classic.
Yeah.
You gotta respect the classic.
No,
you
yeah,
know
I
what
do.
mean?
I do.
And then I'm not sure what Rob's favorite is. I'm really not sure.
Do you like the Hellraiser movies then?
You know, we don't actually have any Hellraiser designs because we don't. Like we could take it or leave it. And we usually, like we were saying, make stuff we really like. Hellraiser's fine, but it's not like a favorite
I think
at all.
those movies are like extremely gory, aren't they?
Yeah.
And don't
They
kill
are.
me for that, but I never seen them.
Oh,
But yeah, I think they're pretty gory.
They are, yeah.
Man,
Yeah, no. And then Rob,
we don't know.
who knows? I'm just gonna say it's
I want to say it's probably Michael Myers. I'm not sure which one though. You know what I mean? I'm not sure which Halloween it would be, but
damn. Yeah, I guess we can go with Michael. That's all right.
I feel like that's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, we'll
He's
go with
gonna-
Michael.
he's
gonna
gonna comment.
Yeah, he's gonna see the video. He's like, that's not even
fuck?
fucking close, dude.
He's like, I like Chucky. What's
Yeah, that's not even close. Really?
I'm only
Literally.
saying Michael Myers because I feel like he has, or Halloween, because I feel like he has so much Michael Myers stuff.
Okay.
So, I mean, I would go with that, probably.
Okay.
That's,
We'll just go
that's
with
a
it.
safe bet. I'll go with it too.
Yeah, that is a safe bet.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Hey, we had a good
Awesome.
time. Thank you again.
Thank you guys for
coming
coming out.
Thanks for having us.
So
No,
much
a lot of
fun.
people asked us like, "Is Monster Posse gonna go on?"
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, "We're trying," you know.
Hey, all you have to do is ask. We'll be there.
Yeah.
And then to be fair, we were all going through that busy season before
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like okay.
Oh, yeah.
So that's when Halloween ended. It's like all right,
It's
I think
time.
we can start to ramp it up with vendors. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, 'cause
A lot
there's-
of people have a little bit of free time
Yes,
now.
you know,
so.
and we're gonna try to get as many vendors as possible on here, you know, because again, it's all about helping out the community and getting people's products out there and
Yes.
talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
their
Yes.
product. Like next, I'm not even gonna say who's on next week. I almost ruined that.
Yeah.
But next
I
week we have
know.
someone else, you know what I mean? That will actually. Here's a hint. We'll be sampling items next week.
Stop giving hints.
So
Oh.
it'll be fun. It'll
I'm gonna
be
come
fun.
next week too. We're
She's
sampling.
like,
on
I'm
down.
gonna try that too. You know? So it's
I'm
just-
not busy, you guys. What day is it?
Yeah, right.
So
Right.
it's just fun to be able to do this with vendors, you know, and
Yeah.
kind of put them
Yeah.
on the spot and talk about the business. And because believe it or not, people are like wanting to know how it became, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody
Oh,
comes
man.
from like a normal,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
working this, and then boom, and this happened.
Yeah.
You know,
So y'all
it's
need
just-
to do like a video version where you go around at the shows and show
I
what
know.
trash bags we're pulling shit out of and stuff. It's really like drop everybody down a peg. You know
There
what
you
I mean?
Yeah, for real. We gotta do something like that. We'll
shit.
change it up. We'll
Yeah.
think of something. But again, thank you so much for coming
Oh,
out.
of
Yeah.
course.
And I wish
Anytime.
Rob's back there dealing with the baby, but it's all
Yeah,
good,
it's all
right.
you know.
Yeah.
He's ready to go to sleep, just like the rest of us
Probably.
probably. It's past all
Yeah.
of our bedtimes. But anyways, guys, as always, thank you guys so
And
much.
if you do celebrate the holiday Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
happy
yeah.
early
If
Thanksgiving.
not, happy Thursday.
Right?
Whether or not,
Also-
eat a lot, drink a lot.
Also,
have
let's
fun,
plug
be
in
safe.
like their Instagram and their
It'll all
Our
be-
new Instagram.
Yeah.
yeah, their new
What is the new
Instagram.
Instagram?
So the new Instagram's at monster.posse. We just
Oh.
had to
Make
throw
sure
a
to
dot in
follow
there.
them.
Yeah,
Yes,
follow
Yes,
me.
yes.
please.
I
Follow
will give
them.
you mouth stuff if you do.
Follow them. Again, as always, we'll put all their stuff down in the description below,
Yes,
so you can just
yes,
go
yes,
to it, help you guys out.
Awesome.
Yeah, guys. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of
We had a
course.
blast. It was fun getting
Thanks
to pick
for
your
having
guys'
us.
brains on all this stuff.
I think this was
Sorry-
our longest podcast.
Sorry if we
sure.
didn't
It's-
have like the
it's-
It was
answers that you
no,
wanted.
it was perfect.
I
Like,
think,
show
I think
me
it
the
actually
good stuff,
inspired us
right?
more to do more stuff.
Yeah,
now,
you know,
like-
it's eye opening.
Well, if there's anything we can help with, that's what we're
Every
here for.
company that comes on here is like, man, it's cool that they do this, they do this.
Yeah.
So it's just so cool to see everybody's stories.
Yeah.
You know, so it's fun. But yeah, anyways, before we keep going, we're just gonna keep bullshitting on
know.
here, guys.
And then
keep
we're gonna
going all
shut
damn
everything
night.
off and still bullshit.
Still,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
We'll be here another
100%. And
hour.
people are like, you should have kept going. I was like, sorry, man, we gotta
Just
cut
like
it
we were doing
sometime.
before it started.
Right.
We gotta cut it sometimes. But anyways, thank you guys so much, guys. And again, we will be back on next week with another person, maybe sampling some items. So again, thank you guys so much. We'll catch you guys on the next one.